Okay, I've got the Canon XL1 on the bench just to show you guys what the problem is of this stopping and starting and losing the picture quality, and it stops and starts and stops and starts. Obviously it does it on play and record. Okay, if you can see this pinch roller here, it's very hard to spot it with this camera. It's not very good, it's only a little pinhole camera, but there's a little plastic thing on the top, and if you watch very carefully, can you see it? It's yeah, see it's on the top, right? That is actually broke, right? As I said before in my last video, this is almost immaculate condition Canon XLH1, and it was faulty, and the problem was it was just having picture dropouts. And I've done a couple of them. I've done a Canon XL2 the same way, and what it is the tape's going through. Obviously this thing's going up and down like this. You can imagine it's losing its grip really. I don't know if you can see it. It's not very hard, but you can just about see on top. There's a plastic bit. Can you see it? There. Now if I push, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you watch. It'll go down. If I push it. You see it? Gone right down now, right down inside, right? It's actually really to come off the top of here, right? So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to remove this pinch roller. Oh look, it's come right off now, look. Right, now if I drop it back down again, can you see the plastic bit? It's broke. It's snapped. Alright, push it back down again. So what you've got to do is a little pin inside of here. And as I said before, you've got to get a little bit of rubber. Alright, now, let me just see if I can actually show you. You'll probably find a couple of ideas you can do this yourself, alright? It's just using your own brains really to see if you can do it. And that you've got to send it away to Canon if you don't want to do this, but I've been very successful on all the Canon XL2s. I've not had any problems with them. As I said, I know what the problem is with this one, and I'm just going to show you what I've used. And it's a tiny bit of rubber like this, so you can see it, and it's got a tiny hole in it. I would say it's probably about, I can't really remember what I used. It might be a bit of cable, and I think it might be a bit of cable sheathing actually. And you can remove the, in fact I'm pretty sure now, it's where there was a mains cable going through the centre of it, and I've moved the wire in, I've pulled it out, and I've left it with a bit of solid bit of rubber like that. It doesn't need to be too soft, it needs to be fairly hard, because remember it's got to hold that pincher roller on there. I know it's not a very good picture, but down inside there's a spindle, right, and then that's actually going to go straight in this 1mm hole, straight down the centre of that hole in there. You have to cut it the right length obviously, because you don't want it sticking above at all, that pin. So it's got to be flush, right? And then you realise, if you get it nice and tight, this should not move up and down, okay? It should be nice and solid, right? And then I'll save you some time if you think you can repair it. As I said, you have to take the door off. Make sure you take the battery out, obviously. As I said, I'm going to go ahead and repair. As I said, I think 100%, 99% sure that's what's causing this, having the picture dropouts. Right. I'm going to have to take that bit of plastic out of there because that is ready to drop off inside the camera. Stupid thing really. You would have thought it would be a metal circlip, wouldn't it? On most VHS recorders, you know, back in the 80s and 90s, they all had a little circlip on the top. But nah, what's Canon done? Little plastic bit. Not very good. And as I said, this rubber thing is, I've been using this on the XL2, I've got one over there and I've got another one upstairs. And I've had no problems with the picture quality at all. It's been running smooth. And I've just been going back occasionally, just checking the pincher rollers stayed down nice and flat and even. I do have a DN60 here, which is one of these things. But no, I want the tape to work. I want tape to work because it's good to have a backup anyway. So I'm looking at the heads. It looks like they're not being used very much. As I said, someone's just brought it into a cash shop and probably thought not repairable, it was too expensive to repair. Let me just show you the guides, how much I paid for it, and it says there quite clearly Canon XLH1 professional camcorder, faulty, right, and I only paid £407 for it. So that was a bargain really. So anyway, I hope this helps some guys anyway, and you'll probably find that some of the other Canons are very much the same. I think there's one called an XLA1, I think. That has picture dropouts, and that's probably what this is. 99% is this little pinch and roll mechanism here. It's going up and down as it takes the tape through the transporting system. Alright. As I said, if you want to try and repair it yourself, it's on your head, but successful. But if you want to send it back to Canon, and then you can explain it's this pinch and roll going up and down like this. Okay, it shouldn't be doing that. It should be stayed nice and flat, nice and tight, so the tape goes between there. Alright, hope this helps. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck.